Hey lovies, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's story time, as you can read from the title, is a heavy one. So if you are, I want to say if you're younger than 14 years old, click out. I don't think you should probably be hearing about this. Although if you are mature, then you probably do need to listen to this. If you are dating, you probably do need to listen to this. This is about two and a half stories in one. It'll probably be a really long video, so please bear with me. Do not click out because I have a message here and I just want to share my experience, share somebody else that I'm familiar with experience, because this topic is really important to me. I mean, I'm a woman myself. I have a younger sister. At some point, God willing, I'm gonna have a daughter, and you know, it's just important that us women are very aware of life and just how things happen and how to take care of ourselves. So stay tuned to the end, please, because like I said, I want you, if you are watching this video, you clicked on it for a reason, and just stay tuned for the message that I'm going to give. Okay, so without further ado, let's talk about my situation. So my situation happened a couple years ago. This is not the first time that I had escalation, I guess, to this magnitude, yes, but it's not the first time that I had an escalation with a dude, as far as him putting his hands on me. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I was dating a guy, and we're gonna call him Breezy, only because he really looked a lot like Chris Brown, which is hilarious because Chris Brown was obviously known to be in a domestic dispute with Rihanna, which everybody knows about. It's kind of crazy how we met. I was actually visiting one of my friends down south, and I was trying to fly back home. So I was trying to book a plane ticket, or I think I was trying to change my plane ticket. So I was calling American Express, and I was like, American Express, what's up? I need you to change my flight, change it to this, blah blah blah. But it was so annoying because American Express had me on hold with one person, then transferred me to another person, and eventually I got in touch with some dude. And I don't pay attention to people's voices or anything, but I guess he paid attention to mine. So after he did not fix the situation, because he did not fix the situation, I had to still wind up doing something else afterwards. But we hung up the phone, and I think the next day or 2 days later, I got a message on my Instagram account, and it was a message from this cute dude, Breezy, and I was like, damn, who is you? He had a lot, thousands, almost 100,000 followers on Instagram, and I was like, what the hell? How did you find me? Because I'm always confused as to how people find me. A lot of celebrities and all these random people find me on Instagram, and I'm like, how did you find me? He hits me up, and he's just like, hey, what's up? I think I spoke to you on the phone. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I spoke to you. You called American Express, didn't you? And I'm like, yeah, that's freaking weird. Looking back on it, it's really weird. I don't know why I even talked to this guy and entertained him, because why would you? So what he did, okay, this is what he did. When we hung up the phone, he basically told his coworker, oh, she sounds cute, she sounds really pretty, let's look her up. And he Googled my name. So he Googled my full name, and he found me in the search, Google, whatever, and found my Instagram account. And then he hit me up telling me he found me, whatever. That's kind of weird. American Express, y'all need to check out employees, because that's what the fuck. But whatever. So he Googled me. He was super cute. I was super fucking single, so my bored ass entertained him, and we was talking all day, every day. I'm talking about homeboy FaceTime me, homeboy was text messaging me, calling me all day, every day, and it felt good because y'all know when you single, you get really bored. You get really kind of sad sometimes when you see all these couples everywhere. So that's the stage that I was at. I was kind of so tired of being single. All the dudes that I talked to talk loosely because they fucking lived in other states. So it's I'm super bored. And this another one found me, and he lives in another state. Go figure. But we talked all the time. He was very romantical. He was so sweet. He was always saying nice things to me, and I'm talking about falling asleep on the phone. If I did not FaceTime him when I was going to sleep, he would kind of catch an attitude, which is nigga, like, calm down. He's a few years younger than me. I feel like he probably was at least 3-4 years younger than me, at least. Maybe probably like 4 years younger than me, which is also out of the norm because I do not like guys younger than me, and I don't like guys much older than me. Like, I like guys within my age bracket usually. So he hits me up one day and he's just like, yo, I will never forget this. This was like Cinco de Mayo, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna come to New York, I want to see you. Okay, cool. So he's like, yeah, if I come to New York, can I stay in your house? Now, mind you, we was talking all the time. Like, I felt like I knew this boy, man, whatever you want to call him, boy. I felt like I knew this boy for years. I felt like he was already my boyfriend. I felt like I've just known him for so long because we was talking all the time, like all the time. He flew to New York on Cinco de Mayo, and we hung out, him and like me and my friends, and it was all good. It was all fun and games. He was so sweet. Like, the moment I met him, it was just like, hey baby, what's up? Gave me a kiss on the lips, and it was just like he was fine. He was fine. He was nice, and it felt like I knew him forever. Now, the first instance, I should have known he was a fuck boy because the first night we went out, like, he kept being in like some girl's face, but like she's also like a big Instagram person, so I think they knew each other. I'm pretty sure they knew each other from somewhere, like from Instagram, and like they just recognized each other or whatever. But like, I didn't like that because like, you here with me, you staying at my house, like, don't be in all the bitch face. But he fake assured me, like, you know, like he don't know her, like whatever. Like, I just let it go because it was new and I can't show my crazy too soon. So I just let it go, and he was staying with me like a few days. Like, so it's like, all right, I don't want to have an attitude the rest of the time. We was in like this full-blown freaking relationship, and it felt amazing. It felt so good. Like I said, he was very romantical. Like, he was cuddling with me always, holding my hand, kissing me, like very affectionate, which I love. He was like, you know, he really showed me he wanted me, like always kissing me on the neck, on the cheek, like always holding me, and I loved it. So like, I low-key fell, not in love, but like I like really fell in like lust wonderful with him. Then he had to go back home down south, so he left and he went back home down south, and he just constantly kept hitting me up. Same thing, like it didn't stop. In fact, it was even worse. He was always hitting me up like, yo, I miss you, I want to see you again, like I want to be there with you, blah 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 blah. One of my best friends that I lived with, she was like, yo, that's kind of crazy, like y'all just met, like calm down, like I don't know if it's really a good idea. And I'm like, yeah, I know you're right, probably, but I like really like him, and like, you know, he's gonna be here for acting, like even if it doesn't work out with me and him, like it's cool, like I can help him out, because I'm just the type of person I always want to help somebody out. Like, I'm a fucking Captain Save-A-Hole, like dead ass. I'm always trying to help somebody out. So she's just like, you know what, like if that's what you want, I'm here for it, like I'll support you, because that's what best friends do. So I was like, yo, Breezy, let's do this. Like, you can come, you can stay with me, it's all good. So that's what he did. Like, legit, in like 2 days, homeboy had a flight. He was back in New York City, and he had like 2 suitcases or whatever full of his shit, living in my small ass apartment in Harlem with me and my homegirl. Crazy. You can see where this is going. Like, it so quickly. This is like in a span of like okay, maybe not 2 weeks, maybe like 3 weeks, a span of 3 weeks, and homeboy's already living with me, moving in. You can kind of already see the downward spiral, okay? The issue that happened at the restaurant when we freaking hung out the first day, that was not the only issue. It was constant issues. Like I said, he was a fuck boy. He could not stop cheating. Actually, he only cheated technically 1 time from what I know, but he was always trying to cheat, which is just as bad as fucking cheating. You might as well have just cheated on me. So we was always arguing. Like, I'm not the type to hold my mouth. I am not the type to just let shit slide. I'm a fucking bitch when I want to be, and I will curse you the fuck out. I will throw subs all the time. So like, that's what it was. But he was always so remorseful. I hope you're picking up on the clues, because as you can see, like, it moves so fast. It's like almost like an obsession, and then just like the bad shit that you do, and then being so remorseful and so sorry. And that's what it was. I'm so sorry. He would cry. He would tell me he's gonna kill himself, and it was like, I felt so bad, so then I'm gonna take him back, and I'm like, he's here with nobody, and it's just me, and like, I can't do this to him. I can't leave boy on the street. So I was always like taking him back, and I swear this relationship lasted only like 3 months? May to June to July. Wow, this relationship lasted 2 months. I feel like it lasted a fucking year because it was so emotional, so crazy. Like, if I was in depression before, I legit went into depression. Like, I was crying every day at work. I was stressed the fuck out. I didn't know what to do. But like I said, we would argue. He would do some dumb shit. We would argue. He'll tell me how much he loves me and like I can't leave him and whatever, like whatever. So we constantly got back together and we used to fight, like not like crazy all the time. We never like, it was not like a big like putting hands on each other type of thing. From like my first relationship in high school, like I realized once I put my hands on a guy and I hit you or whatever, I'm gonna continue to do so. So I told myself after that relationship, I'm not gonna hit a guy again because, you know, like it's just in my nature. Like if I hit you, now I'm used to hitting you. Now she's gonna be like, every time, every fucking time, like you piss me off, you touch me the wrong way, like I'm just gonna hit you. So I tried not to do that. But there was one time and I couldn't help it. Like I really couldn't help it because our arguments used to get so fucking heated. Oh my God. And he said something so rude to me, and like he was very disrespectful. Like he would call me a bitch, like he would call me a hoe, he would call me so many things. Like he was so disrespectful. And one time I was just like, I'm not dealing with this. Like you in my house, homie. And I smacked the shit out of him. And I think since then, if we wasn't going downward by that point, we was fucking flying. We was in the gates of hell at this point. Like it was just ridiculous. Now to the part that I'm really getting at, and this is the part that probably should have scared me like the most. Okay, we went out one day and we was coming back as usual, and you know, we went and we found parking. We parked the car. It was me, him, my friend, and her boyfriend. So we parked the car and now it was time to walk to my building. So we had to walk like a block because there's never no parking in Harlem. So we're walking, and as we're like crossing the street, I crossed the street ahead of them. Okay, so like this is the street, this is where we parked, and I crossed here, and there was some car that drove past. So apparently the driver only saw me, I guess. I don't know. But he started like saying something to me. I think it was a taxi cab, or I don't know who it was, but the driver started like saying something to me. And Breezy comes up and he runs past and he says, "That's my bitch." And at this point, like my friends, my manager, everybody was telling me like, yo, he needs to stop calling you a bitch. Like even though he's calling you like his bitch, like that's wild disrespectful. You shouldn't allow no. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I had told him before, but I don't know why. I just like did not pay attention. I just didn't really listen to it. And like it's weird because I'm very like somewhat aggressive person. Like I'm very like, you need to fucking respect me type of person. But I just like used to let that go. But at that point, it was in my head, and like everybody's like, yo, he needs to stop calling you that. Like it's fucked up, it's rude, blah blah blah. So when he said that, he ran up to me. He's like, yo, this is my bitch, and he like grabbed my ass or something, which I find very disrespectful when we're out in public. Like to just like grab me, like grab an ass like that. Like I don't like that. Like caress it, rub it, but don't be super raunchy. Like I don't like that. So I kind of was just like, yo, get the fuck off me. Like I'm not your bitch. Like whatever. So I started walking. And he said something rude to me again. It was something wild disrespectful, and I just started getting mad. It was like building up inside of me. Like I was getting, like I was here, like I was, okay, you can't see, I was like here, and then like it just started fucking building. Like I think he said something else. So we're walking down the block and he's walking in front of me, and he's walking in front of me. I'm walking slow because like I have such an attitude. So I'm like, yo, I gotta calm down. So he said something else. So I just started going off. Like I'm like, you're a fucking deadbeat, you're a hoe, you're a loser, like you're pathetic, you're whack, you're this, you're that. I just went off, like, because my mouth can get really reckless. And he got so mad and he blew up, and next thing I know, he's running from down the block back up to me, grabs me and chokes the shit out of me. I'm talking about threw me up against the car and is like holding me like this, like choking the shit out of me. And I'm just standing there and I'm like looking him in his eyes, and I'm like, so you trying to choke me now? Like you trying to kill me? Like, go ahead, let me see you do this. And he's like really choking me. It's not like he's just like have his hands on my throat. Like he's actually choking me. But I don't know, like I don't panic in those situations. I panic in weird other situations, but I did not panic in that situation. I'm just staring at him because I'm a fake thug, and I wasn't scared. Like I was ready to fucking kill him, but I just was calm. He's choking me and he's saying something. I don't even know what he's saying. I'm just standing there looking him in his eyes like, nigga, you ain't about to do this. You're not about that life. Let's do this because I can fight too, but you gonna take your hands off me about in 2 seconds. But he just stood there and he's choking me and I don't know what he was saying. Like I said, I was kind of like blacking out at this point. And my friend and her man, they turn around. I guess they see what's happening. Her man runs from down the block, grabs Breezy, and he like pushes him off of me. He's like, yo, that ass, like, that's like my sister. No matter what me and her go through, like, you can't do that. You're not gonna put your hands on her. So after that, we all start walking into the building and we get into the house and I'm telling him like, yo, you're done. I'm fucking done with you. And like, we really start fighting. Like, he's kicking me. It was kind of crazy. It was just crazy. Like, he wasn't really like punching me like a dude, but I feel like a dude should not put his hands or be violent towards a female, especially when I wasn't hitting him. I wasn't coming up to him, smacking the shit out of him like I did before. That's when I kind of would have understood just a little bit. But even then, you should not put your hands around somebody's throat like you're about to kill them, especially not no goddamn female who's like damn near, I don't even know, however many inches I am shorter than him, okay? Like, I'm way smaller than him. He's a big ass dude. And it's just like, I just know something triggered in him when I was saying all those mean things to him, but he was saying mean things to me. When something triggers somebody like that and everything changes, like his whole look, everything just changed, okay? Like, that's when you need help, boo. Like, you need help because you need anger management. Whatever it is that makes you so angry to the point that you want to choke somebody out, somebody that probably can't beat you. What I'm trying to say is, once a guy puts hands on you, you need to walk away. That was my first story time. I wanted to explain that situation that I was in and how I really should have left because it probably would have gotten worse and worse and worse. And I did wind up leaving, but I didn't leave because of that. I left because of some infidelity issue, and it just was really, really bad and really shameful and embarrassing, and that's why I left. Not because we used to get into these violent arguments. The other story that I want to go through is basically, it's all over the news, it's all over the shade room, all over everywhere, all over Instagram, everywhere. This guy that I went to college with, and I don't really want to say his real name even though his name is everywhere, but I went to college with him, Buff State. I didn't really know him like that, but everybody knew him. I don't even know how. Like, he knows people from my high school too. I didn't even know we was friends on Facebook. But apparently he got married. His wife is so beautiful, so beautiful. Apparently he got married. He got married to a woman 7 years younger than him. 7. Why are you with somebody that's 7 years younger than you? I just feel like the older you are, okay, but when you're young and you're still in your 20s and you're dating somebody 7 years, that's like low-key pedophile. Like, that's weird. Like, she's really, really young. They both had children from previous relationships. They wound up getting married and she wound up being pregnant. There was a bunch of domestic violent disputes at their home, and at one point, because of a domestic violent dispute, am I saying this wrong? I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but she lost the baby. She was 8 months pregnant, and whatever he did to her, I don't know the details, but whatever he did to her, she lost the baby. That breaks my heart, but that's not where it ends, okay? At some point, like I said, it was all over the shade room. He had like this huge tattoo of her on his back. Like, she's a beautiful girl, and it went viral on Instagram, and everybody's like, oh my god, relationship goals, this, that, and the third. But nobody knew what was happening behind the scenes. She had just lost that baby. He honestly probably did that because he beat her ass one time. Like, and that's his way of saying sorry. Like, very, very remorseful. And honestly, that is really obsessive. Like, for you to get, like, I have my fiance's name tattooed on me, he has mine, but that's not, I don't think this is as obsessive as a full-on face. Like, he has a permanent tattoo of her face on him, and I just think that's crazy. That's really, really obsessive. It's scary. It's scary. I mean, the signs were all there in my eyes. I mean, just like looking back and from the stuff that I'm finding out, the signs were all there. But apparently, dude wound up killing her. Okay, like I'm just gonna throw it out there. He killed her. He strangled her and he threw her down some steps, or she fell down some steps, but he definitely strangled her. And he left her, the baby there, like he went off and they caught him. I think they caught him in the hospital trying to overdose. She was 22 years old. 22. You took a 22-year-old's life. And you also took the life of your unborn child. Like, she was so beautiful. And it doesn't matter, like, if, I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but she was beautiful. She was young. And she didn't deserve that. She did not deserve that. The fact that he thought it was okay to put his hands on her so many times, you know, it just breaks my heart. Like, there's so many other details that could come into play. A neighbor called the police, but the police didn't come inside. They left. Like, that could have saved her life, yes. But this had to have been going on for a long time. She lost a baby. I'm pretty sure there was other instances. He had that tattoo, which I'm pretty sure was like a sorry. There was so many other instances. And some people, they just don't stop. In my head, honestly, it probably was inevitable unless she moved away. That's just in my head. But I feel like you need to know of the early signs of domestic violence. You need to be aware of a person's motives and a person's character and a person's obsession. It's like, if a dude puts his hands on you, walk away. If he is not going to seek help physically, actively, he's not going to change. And that goes with everything. That goes with anybody. A person, if a person is constantly cheating, they are not going to change unless they are actively seeking help and trying to change. Okay? If a person's just telling you, yeah, I'm trying to change, I don't want to do this anymore, I love you, you know, it sounds good. It sounds really good and you love them so much. But they're not really trying to change. They're not. And I just want women to know, like, oh God, like, I just don't want this shit to happen. And like, I know I can't control it, but it just breaks my heart. Because like I said, she was so young. And even if she wasn't, even if she was 30, even if she was 35, like, nobody deserves to lose their life because somebody couldn't control their fucking temper. There are several signs to know if you are in a domestic violence relationship or if it could possibly turn into one. For example, if he's trying to isolate you, if he's telling you to stop talking to your family and stop talking to your friends, if he refuses to let you go out, if he's trying to tell you what to wear and what to do all the time, if he's degrading you, like calling you a bitch or calling you a hoe or trying to make you feel like you are nothing and you're worthless and you don't deserve to be here unless you're with him, or catering to him. Does he scare you? Does he lose his temper insanely quick? Does he scare you? Does he scream? Does he shout? Like I said, does he make you feel like it's your fault all the time? Does he hit you? Obviously, that's a big sign right there. But some people don't realize that. Even if he's hitting you back because you pushed him, or you might have smacked him a little bit, he's a man and you're a woman. There's two different strength levels, okay? And a man should be able to control themselves because they know that they are stronger than a woman. So look at that magnitude, you know, and especially if you have kids, because the emotional trauma, children see that and they take it with them and it lives with them throughout their life. Okay, like, you don't want your daughter to think it's okay to be hit. You don't want your son to think it's okay to hit a woman. Okay, just think of the long-term value. Think of your life. If you do find yourself to be in a domestic violent relationship, seek help. Talk to somebody that you trust. I know I've seen so many movies on this and I vowed never to be in one of those relationships. Like, real quick, I'm gonna jump up and get out. Although that relationship I did not, which I'm very surprised at. But talk to somebody that you trust. Talk to somebody. Seek help. Seek help. Please, please. If not for yourself, for your family, for your kids, for your future kids, okay? If you are watching this and you live in the United States, I believe that you can call the number 1-800-799-SAFE. I don't know what the number is for any other country, but have that number handy, okay? Have 911 handy. Keep your car packed with stuff in case you have to leave really quickly. You know, do not stay. If a guy is mentioning that he wants to kill you, you need to go. You need to go. The fact, if he says it one time, you need to go. Anyway, guys, that is my story, and that is the story of somebody I kind of knew. I knew the guy, which breaks my fucking heart. It makes me feel sick to my stomach to know that I even knew somebody like that, to know that my friends actually dated him. I thank God that they stopped dating him, but I am so sad that this poor beautiful young woman had to lose her life because he couldn't control himself and he couldn't control his temper, and he just fucking went crazy because he was obsessed with her. I miss the poor girl, and I don't even know her. She was so beautiful, and she had her whole life ahead of her. And just to think, like, he dated one of my best friends, and thank God they broke up. Thank God, because I cannot even imagine what I would do in this, like, if I found out that he or anybody did something to one of my friends. I would fucking lose it. I would fucking lose it. But those are some signs, you know. Just do your research, and please don't let this be you. Please walk away if you have to. I know it's hard. I know it hurts, but trust me, it'll hurt more if you stay. Anyway, guys, I know this was really heavy. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to touch base on that because I just feel like as a woman, it's my duty, and I have a channel, and if you happen to come across it and I happen to possibly save a life, I'm here for it. So anyway, subscribe to my channel. Usually my story times are much more entertaining, but anyway, love you guys, and I'll see you in my next story time. Bye.